Inside Out 2 is the new movie by Kelsey Mann. It's safe to say that Pixar has been on a downward slope over the past 4 years, whether it be all their movies premiering on Disney Plus to the general reception being mixed. Personally, I haven't really liked any of their movies since Toy Story 4. And, well, at the end of the day, these movies are for children. And I think that is really what Pixar has been missing on the past few releases. And I'm sure some of the entries I'm wrong about. Honestly, the only ones that I can remember were Soul and Turning Red. Soul, for example, though, I really didn't care for. I didn't find anything all that clever or enjoyable for a child or an adult on that one. Just my opinion. But here we are with Inside Out 2. And this is the sequel to the 2015 movie that happened to be my favorite movie that year when I saw it. Those emotions came back when watching Inside Out 2 because I gotta say, this is a good movie. Really. Trust me, I wanted to be on the train saying that Pixar is not what they used to be and they need to figure something out, but man, I gotta say, this movie is so enjoyable. No matter how inconsistent they've been, they really did well on this one. It takes place years after the first, and Riley, our main girl, she is 13 now, so with that comes puberty and new emotions, specifically envy, embarrassment, ennui, and anxiety. And Riley's at this hockey camp, and all of these different emotions are coming in at once, and it once more is stirring up the world inside her head. Essentially, like all the other Pixar sequels, it piggies back off what the first one did. I did like how they threw in the card that other people's heads operate the same way as Riley's does with the same characters, but that's really only utilized a couple times on this movie. I think they could have done a little bit more, but still, like the first one, I found this to be genuinely funny. I was laughing not just at the jokes, but the comic timing as well. They also use a bunch of different animation on this movie. I don't want to ruin all the forms, but there is 2D that they toy around with, and there's also this animation of what a hot air balloon looks like, and it looks insane. So in terms of progression, I would say the animation on Inside Out 2 might be the best they've ever done. Especially some of the shots of people in this movie look photorealistic. There's a scene where Riley is like going through it and she's in the penalty box, and it's like kind of like slow-mo. There's something about it though that just looks real and seriously good. Adding into the awesome animation, I saw this movie in 3D. Support 3D while it's still here. The 3D looked good. There's objects that fall close to your face, and then the draw distance is further expanded. I think that all animated movies look better with 3D. So whenever they're not released with 3D, like the last Spider-Verse movie, I get disappointed by that. Paul Walker-Hausen, the voice acting is all around pretty great. We have Amy Poehler, Tony Hale, Lewis Black, all returning, and also some new voice actors as well. Paul Walker-Hausen, Ayo Edebiri, Hawke, Adele Estrachopoulos. They're all really good. I feel like animated movies shouldn't go to the A-listers like how Disney or Studio Ghibli does, but I mean, they all do a good job here. I didn't think of any of these actors when I was watching it. I was really locked into the movie. This movie is also cut up so well. It was over before I knew it, which is great news because this is a movie for children. And if it is boring, then a child is not going to want to watch it. But as a whole, I really enjoyed this movie. I can't lie to y'all. I was so satisfied walking out of this, and while watching it, I was really happy. There's just a wholesome nature to this movie that it's just nice to watch for a change. Like, I love movies with a lot of action and sin and whatever, but it is also really nice to watch something that has none of that and really just good vibes all around. So Inside Out 2, I would give this an 8.1. It is playing in theaters everywhere and is released by Disney Pixar. Thank you so much for watching.